Okay, so apologies for the less than stellar opening clip. I'm currently listening to the Began with a Bang episode of the Fated Mates podcast, and because I earlier this morning wrecked myself with a series of coincidences that have, claimed the Camp Nano project, I am going to be working on the House of during this holiday to Granada. So hopefully the rest of this vlog will be prettier. But yeah, it is a Xianxia inspired romance with a lot of gothic elements. I compared it with aesthetic inspiration from Love Between Fairy and Devil, a lot of kind of genre fuckery in the line of my favourite book of all time, One Life, One Incarnation, Beautiful Bones, which is very kind of goofung, which is ancient inspired, but it's also very gothic. And like I said, this is kind of all kicked off with that episode of Fated Mates. So, I should probably tell you what the first line is, right? Hi, this is going to be my second or third rest day, so hopefully a good day for work. As you have seen, I have gotten some stuff done because it was a previous Camp Nano or Nano project. I do have a bit of an outline for the first few days. The big problem with that being that it's a lot to take in the sense that Ness is very depressed, and you get to spend the first few days with just her, and it is a lot to take in because she was so much worse than I thought she was going to be. But I am working on that right now, and the goal is to make it. Frankly, she should have been catatonic. In the last draft, she was that depressed, and I need to kind of balance the misery a bit here. So the goal, I would say, is to get her the first day, the second day, and then finding the painting. the original working title was The House of. This time I'm kind of calling it Silk because of the silk painting. If you've seen Love Between Fairy and Devil, you will have seen a scene where the god of war, Chang Hung, goes into a painting and talks with his buddy, and that was just lightning. And that's going to be really fun. I know I was just talking about how protracted the beginning would be, but it must have really been playing on my mind because yesterday I did it. I did her seeing the painting for the first time and also touching it. Well, touching the glass case around it for the first time. And yeah, chapter 3 is going to be actually detailing the first time that she notices him, but they've already met. This is amazing. I also actually want to take a little time to mention the newest drama with Shein, which is that they had a tour around a very obvious, this is for the public face, garment making facility, and it was so clearly fake. Yeah, that was a really good thing to see for me. Which, just in general, it's good for people to know that, but in terms of the book, that's also really good. Chapter 3, you guys. So this was an edit that I'd made for the House of, also currently now being termed Silk, as I mentioned in the notes, and I don't think I posted it. I made 3 in total, and because she has woken up in the painting, this is just like a perfect thing to post now, and it really gives you a vibe of where she is. I actually do have an entire collection on Unsplash for this area, just to give you more of a sense of where she is.
The technology, the guys are in the Mirador. It's just take your time.
Good morning. We are ending as we began. I think over the course of the holiday got 5,181 words written, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm really happy with it. And the work with shaping it and structuring it was such, I don't necessarily know if overhaul is the right word, but there was so much progress in that to me it might as well have been 25,000. It probably saved me that much, honestly. So I'm really happy with it. I do have another thing planned for Nano, but before then I'm going to keep writing, and hopefully during Nano as well. One thing that I would like to point out is in the book group that I'm in, Romancing the Gothic, there was someone who posted about a story from Liao Jiaji, Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio, about a woman who had died and her spirit was able to pass into a portrait that her living lover had painted. And someone else commented below the tweet was like, this was made into, or this inspired a film called Portrait of a Nymph. I have read Tales from a Chinese Studio a long time ago and I don't remember most of them. I haven't any experience with that film. That's me just learning about it, and I think I would like to watch it if I can. Obviously, the painting part of this book was very much inspired between love between fairy and devil, but I would also like to shout out either Legend of Sword and Fairy or Legend of the Ancient Sword, which are both Chinese role-playing games for like the computer and whatever, because one of them had this ghost woman who, like, she has, instead of like feet, like this spirit tail that kind of tapers off into a painting, I think. I haven't played the games because I don't know enough of the language, though I have tried. But I do have the art books, and yeah, it's not something that I think has directly impacted this project at all, but it is also an image that I have loved. I will be vlogging for Camp Nano, but hopefully I will get another writing vlog for this up after that. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. Good night.